A lot of people assume that losing the strength in your hands and feet is just the unavoidable price of getting older. You wake up and your fingers feel like they're locked in a stiff claw. You try to open a simple jar of pasta sauce and the shooting pain in your thumb makes you drop it. Or you swing your legs out of bed and the moment your heels touch the floor, a burning, stabbing pain shoots up your legs, forcing you to limp to the bathroom. You look at your hands, you look at your feet, and you feel a terrifying thought creep in. Am I losing my independence? But here's the truth. Most doctors don't take the time to sit down and explain to you. Your hands and feet are not just wearing out from age. The American Society for Surgery of the Hand is clear about this. The real damage isn't just bone rubbing on bone. It is an active, ongoing process of fascial restriction, micronerve entrapment, and severe localized dehydration. The tiny capillaries and nerves that feed your extremities are being crushed silently every single day, and most people don't realize what's happening until they can no longer button their own shirt. Here's the hard truth. Most of the common solutions out there, copper compression gloves, heavy orthotic shoes, or generic nerve pills, they only mask the symptoms. They act as a temporary band-aid while the underlying tissue continues to suffocate. They don't restore the blood flow, and they don't rebuild the nerve connections. That's exactly why millions of older adults end up giving up their favorite hobbies, like gardening or woodworking, simply because their hands and feet won't cooperate anymore. But clinical biomechanics has uncovered something genuinely exciting. You do not have to accept this decline. By using highly specific, targeted microstimulations, you can actually force oxygenated blood back into the tiny joints of your fingers and physically untrap the nerves in your feet. You can rebuild your grip strength and your balance naturally, safely, and right from your living room chair. My name is Dr. Thomas Hayes, and I've spent years helping older adults protect their mobility and preserve their daily independence using evidence-informed, root-cause biomechanics. Today, I'm walking you through 5 simple routines to rescue your hands and feet from chronic pain and exactly how to do them safely. Before we count down, I want to know exactly what we are fighting for. What is the one daily task you struggle with the most because of your hands or feet? Is it opening jars, driving, walking the dog? Drop it in the comments below. We're building a global community of people who refuse to hand over their independence to arthritis or neuropathy. And one vital reminder, everything I share here is educational. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice. If you have severe numbness or diabetic ulcers, please see a licensed specialist before trying any physical routines. Number 5 is the Contrast Plunge. The exact problem it addresses is severe morning joint stiffness, swollen knuckles, and that tight, achy feeling in your hands and feet that takes hours to go away. What makes this so effective is a process called vascular pumping. As we age, the tiny capillaries in our extremities lose their elasticity. By alternating between warm and cold water, you force the blood vessels to rapidly dilate and constrict. This acts as an internal mechanical heart for your hands and feet, literally flushing out stagnant inflammatory fluid and pulling in fresh oxygenated blood. A study published in the Journal of Athletic Training showed that contrast water therapy significantly reduces localized edema and restores joint range of motion faster than standard passive rest. How do you use it? Get 2 bowls. Fill one with warm water and one with cold water. Submerge your hands or your feet in the warm water for 2 minutes, then immediately plunge them into the cold water for 1 minute. Repeat this cycle 3 times. And here is the pro tip most people miss completely. Always, always end on cold. If you end the cycle with your hands in warm water, the blood vessels stay dilated, and the inflammatory fluid rushes right back into your joints. Ending on cold slams the door shut, locking the inflammation out for the rest of the day. Number 4 is the Rubber Band Extensor Fix. The problem it addresses is the dreaded claw hand, painful trigger finger, and the progressive loss of your grip strength. Our entire lives are spent in flexion. We grip steering wheels, we hold phones, we carry groceries. This causes the flexor tendons on the palm of your hand to become dominantly tight, completely overpowering the extensor tendons on the back of your hand. When those extensors atrophy, the joints in your fingers literally get pulled out of alignment, causing severe arthritis. Biomechanics research proves that strengthening the finger extensors restores functional balance to the hand, significantly reducing base of thumb pain and improving overall grip strength. Take a standard rubber band. Place it around the outside of your 5 fingers. Now, instead of squeezing, slowly open your fingers up against the resistance of the band. Hold for 3 seconds and slowly close. Do 15 repetitions per hand. Here is the critical mistake seniors make. They buy those heavy spring-loaded grip squeezers to get stronger. If you have arthritis, aggressively squeezing a grip strengthener is the absolute worst thing you can do. It grinds the inflamed joints together and worsens the muscular imbalance. Stop squeezing, start opening. Number 3 is the frozen golf ball roll. The exact problem it addresses is plantar fasciitis, that agonizing, sharp heel pain that feels like stepping on a nail first thing in the morning. The plantar fascia is a thick band of tissue on the bottom of your foot. Overnight, it tightens up and develops microadhesions. A golf ball provides deep, targeted myofascial release, acting like a miniature foam roller. It physically breaks up the scar tissue that is pulling on your heel bone. Clinical trials in sports medicine show that deep tissue friction massage on the plantar fascia meaningfully reduces morning heel pain and improves foot dorsiflexion. Sit in a chair, place a golf ball under the arch of your bare foot. Press down with moderate pressure and slowly roll it from the ball of your foot to the base of your heel for 2 minutes per foot. Don't use a regular tennis ball, it's too soft. And here is the secret. Put the golf ball in the freezer overnight. Rolling on a frozen golf ball provides the mechanical friction to break the scar tissue, while the deep cold simultaneously numbs the nerve and drops the acute morning inflammation. It is a dual-action miracle for heel pain. Number 2 is the Thenar Web Release. The problem it addresses is numbness, tingling in your first 3 fingers, and the early stages of carpal tunnel syndrome. The thenar eminence is the thick, meaty muscle at the base of your thumb. When this muscle gets overworked, it spasms and clamps down on the median nerve, mimicking carpal tunnel syndrome. By applying sustained ischemic compression to this web of muscle, you force it to finally relax and release its chokehold on the nerve. Studies in occupational therapy confirm that targeted trigger point release in the thumb and forearm can alleviate up to 70% of mild to moderate peripheral nerve entrapment symptoms in the hand. Take your opposite thumb and index finger and pinch the deep, meaty webbing at the base of your painful thumb. Find the most tender spot, press in hard, and hold it completely still for 60 seconds until the aching subsides. Don't rub your wrist where you feel the tingling. That is referred pain. The nerve is actually being trapped higher up in the thumb muscle or the forearm. Rubbing the wrist just aggravates the already inflamed nerve pathway. Treat the muscle, not the tingle. Number 1 is the Silicone Toe Spreader. This targets the most dangerous problem for seniors: severe foot numbness, bunions, and the loss of proprioception, which directly leads to fatal falls. Proprioception is your brain's ability to feel where the ground is. For decades, we shove our feet into narrow, restrictive shoes. This physically deforms the foot, squishing the toes together and completely shutting off the neurological signals from the bottom of your foot to your brain. Toe spreaders physically separate the bones, restoring blood flow to the crushed digital nerves and giving your foot its natural wide base of balance back. Gerontology research shows that seniors with proper toe splay and foot flexibility have a drastically lower risk of balance-related falls than those with rigid, compressed toes. Buy a cheap pair of silicone toe spreaders online. Wear them while sitting on the couch watching TV for just 15 minutes a day. Do not put these on and immediately go for a walk. Your foot muscles have been trapped in a cast-like shoe for 50 years. If you try to walk with spread toes right away, you will trigger a massive foot cramp. Start by wearing them only while seated and let the foot slowly learn how to breathe again. Before we wrap up, there are 3 absolute rules for saving your extremities I need you to hear, because without these, the pain will just keep coming back. Rule 1. Ditch the narrow toe box. If the front of your shoe comes to a point, it is actively destroying the nerves in your feet. Look for shoes labeled wide toe box to let your foot act like a foot, not a hoof. Rule 2. Don't ignore B vitamins. If you have burning or tingling, your nerves are screaming for raw materials. Vitamin B12 and alpha-lipoic acid are the exact nutrients your body uses to rebuild the myelin sheath, the protective coating around your nerves. Rule 3. Motion over bracing. Splints and heavy braces have their place for acute injuries, but wearing them 24/7 tells your body to stop sending blood to those muscles, accelerating the atrophy. Use the joints safely or lose them permanently. Let's bring it all together. Your hands and your feet are your connection to the physical world. Watching them become stiff and numb is terrifying, but losing your grip and losing your balance are not simply the inevitable results of the calendar. They are the result of mechanical compression and dehydration, and you have the power to reverse that process by giving your tissues exactly what they need. Think about waking up and buttoning your own shirt without a second thought. Think about opening a fresh jar of jam, gripping the steering wheel firmly, or walking out to the garden without looking down at your feet in fear. Knowing that your body is capable of interacting with the world exactly how you want it to. That's what this is really about. Your dignity, your safety, and holding on to your independence. I want to hear from you. If your hands and feet were 100% pain-free tomorrow, what is the very first hobby or activity you would instantly go back to doing? Leave it in the comments. I'll read every single one. If this was helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs their independence back. This is Dr. Thomas Hayes. Take care of your hands, take care of your feet, and stay strong.